Okay, so I'm first going to start by priming my face, and I'm using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filtr Soft Matte Primer. And of course, I've already previously moisturized, but I didn't do it on camera. Please remember to moisturize before you put on your primer, okay? And now for foundation, I'm taking the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation in 500G and taking my Beverly Tools blending brush, foundation brush. I'm just stippling that into my skin. And this foundation, like, the true color doesn't really show until, like, it's all blended out and dried down. So don't be scared. This is my shade, y'all. Now I'm going to be using the Colourpop Cosmetics Concealer in the shade Dark 46. And the undertone of this concealer is very, like, it's not really warm. I would say it's more on the pink side. And because of that, I like to pair it with foundations that are very warm, such as the Huda Beauty, because they just marry, and it's just a really good outcome. So I'm putting that in the areas that need to be highlighted, and I usually like to let mine dry down for a few seconds before going into blend, because that way you'll have better control of the concealer and it's not really just moving all over the place. So to contour, I'm taking Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation stick in Truffle, and I like to blend that out with like a brush versus a sponge, because I feel like the contour is more airbrushed that way. Then of course, blending out the nose contour, very important. You cannot forget this step. You can't forget this step. And then to set all that concealer, I'm taking my e.l.f. blending sponge and the Airspun translucent powder, and just making sure everything is set, especially like the smile lines, because that's like my biggest problem. And then for bronzer, I'm taking the Fenty Beauty Sun Stalkr in MOCHA MAMI, and it's just warming up my face, as you guys can see, doing what it needs to do. And then I'm cutting my cheekbones, very important as well. And then to highlight, I am taking the Wet n Wild highlighter, and yeah. And then to set my face, I'm taking the Morphe Continuous Mist. I really like that setting spray. And so now we are going for a very bold wing liner, and I tried to make it as sharp as I possibly could, and this does take a lot of, you know, attention, so make sure you take your time. This is not to be rushed. Perfection is not to be rushed, okay? So make sure you take your time and just, you know, get that done, and you will have the same outcome that I did. Here I'm just adding a little bit of mascara, prepping my lashes for the falsies, and then I'm also tightlining my lash line with like the same eyeliner, and I also use the same eyeliner to do my beauty marks. And here I am putting on the lashes, which you guys can see, okay? And then for lips, I'm taking the the Fenty Beauty Stinna lip paint, and carefully I'm applying that, because red lip, you don't really want to mess that up, because it can be really messy. So take your time and just, you know, outline the perimeter of your lips. And then I went over it with like a brown matte lipstick, because I wanted to create a kind of like a dimension. I didn't really want it to be like that bright red. I wanted it to be a little toned down, and it just looked more sexy lined with this brown matte lip. Now I'm just taking a brush and blending all of that out. Take your lips too need to be blended, okay? The lipstick also needs to be blended. But this is the final look, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. And also follow me on my socials. I will leave that in the description box as well. And hopefully I'll see you guys again in my next video.